February 1999. A 27-year-old is handed a check for $22 million. Most people will retire, buy a mansion, disappear into comfort. Elon Musk bought $1 million supercar, crashed it without insurance, and then bet everything he had left on two companies everyone said will fail. One became PayPal. The other almost bankrupted him. Here's what you don't know about the check that should have set him free, but instead trapped him in a cycle he still can't escape. 3 questions. What did he sacrifice to earn that money? Why did he immediately risk losing it all? And what does this reveal about why he's now worth over $200 billion? The struggle. 1995, Stanford University, California. Elon Musk just got accepted to a PhD program in applied physics. His parents are proud. His future is secure. 2 days later, he drops out. Not because he failed, but because he's terrified. Terrified that the internet boom is happening without him. Think about this for a second. 24 years old, immigrant from South Africa, student visa, and you just walked away from Stanford. His father tells him he's making the biggest mistake of his life. According to Ashley Vance's biography, Elon Musk said something like, "You are throwing away your one chance at legitimacy." But here's what Elon sees that nobody else does. Cities need to be online. Every business, every restaurant, every service, they need websites. But they don't know how to make them. Someone has to build the bridge between the physical world and the digital one. The idea? Zip2, a digital city guide, maps, directions, business listings, everything your city in your pocket. Well, on your desktop. It's 1995. He starts it with his brother Kimball and a guy named Greg Corey. They rent a tiny office at 430 Sherman Avenue in Palo Alto. This is where it gets real. The office isn't just an office. It's Elon's bedroom, his living room, his entire world. One sleeping bag, one computer, no shower. According to early employees, the office had this smell: stale pizza mixed with body odor and electrical equipment running hot 24/7. Every morning, Elon will walk to the YMCA on Alma Street to shower, then hit the 7-Eleven for breakfast. Orange slices and hot dogs. That's it. Day after day. His girlfriend at the time, Justin, will later write about visiting him. She described walking into that office and thinking, "This is where someone's dream comes to die." But wait until you hear what happened next. Elon needs money, real money, venture capital. So he does what every founder does. He pitches investors. They laugh him out of the room. Too ambitious. No business model. The internet is a fad. Meanwhile, he's coding 18 hours a day, writing the entire software infrastructure himself, while his brother handles business operations. Elon is the product. He is the company. 3 a.m. Everyone's gone home. He's alone with the blue glow of the monitor. His back hurts. He hasn't slept in 36 hours. And he's writing the algorithm that will either save the company or prove his father right. Then comes the gut punch. The investors he finally convinced to fund Zip2, they don't trust him to run it. In 1996, they force him out as CEO. Install a real businessman named Rich Sorkin, 25 years old, working 100-hour weeks, sleeping in your office, and you just got fired from your own company. This is the first all is lost moment, and it won't be the last. The Rejections. Zip2 is growing in 1997, but Elon's not in control anymore. He's the chief technology officer, basically the code monkey, while someone else gets the glory. This is where it gets absolutely insane. Before Zip2, Elon actually applied for a job at Netscape, the hottest internet company in the world. He sent his resume, got no response, so he did what any desperate immigrant will do. He showed up at their office unannounced. According to Elon in a 2017 interview, he stood in the lobby for hours, too nervous to talk to anyone. He said something like, "I just walked around and then left, too shy to actually introduce myself." Rejected by his own anxiety. But here's the part that doesn't make sense. By 1998, Zip2 is actually working. They have contracts with the New York Times and Chicago Tribune. Major newspapers are using their technology. Revenue is climbing. The company is valued at $50 million, then $100 million. Success, right? Wrong. Behind the scenes, the company is hemorrhaging cash. They are growing too fast. The burn rate is insane. Payroll is tight. Every month is a crisis. And Elon, he's fighting with Rich Sorkin constantly. According to board meeting notes, from late 1998, they nearly fired him entirely, just brought him out and kicked him to the curb. This is all is lost moment number 2. He built the product, but he's losing the company. Then comes the competitor, City Search, backed by Microsoft money. They are doing exactly what Zip2 does, but with unlimited resources. They are in every city, every newspaper. It's late 1998. Zip2 is running out of runway. They need to sell or they will collapse. The dream of going public? Dead. The only option is acquisition. Elon is 27 years old. He spent 4 years sleeping on an office floor, eating gas station food, building software until his eyes bled. And now he has to watch his company get sold for parts, or so everyone thought. But wait until you hear what happened next. The breakthrough. February 1999. A company called Compaq Computer Corporation. You might remember them. They made clunky PCs. Is looking to buy their way into the internet business. They offer $307 million for Zip2. Think about this. 4 years ago, Elon was sleeping in an office and showering at the YMCA. Now, his company is worth $300 million. The deal closes on February 15th, 1999. Elon owns 7% of the company. Do the math. $22 million. After taxes, roughly $22 million lands in his account. According to Elon Musk in interviews, Elon didn't celebrate. No party, no champagne. He just went back to his apartment. Yes, he finally got an apartment and sat there. Kimball said Elon told him something like, "I don't feel any different. I thought I will feel different. The part I'm about to tell you, most people don't know." The money hits his account, $22 million, more money than his father will make in 10 lifetimes, enough to never walk again. What will you do? Buy a house in Malibu? Travel the world? Retire at 27? Here's what Elon did. He spent $1 million on a McLaren F1, one of the 64 ever only made. No insurance. Why? According to a CNN interview, he said, "The car itself is the insurance. They're going to never depreciate." Then in 2000, he crashed it on Sand Hill Road with Peter Thiel in the passenger seat. They were driving to a meeting and Elon was showing off. Hit an embankment. The car flipped. No insurance. $1 million car. Destroyed. Elon just laughed. But here's the $1 million question. Actually, the $22 million question. What did he do with the other $21 million? The shocking decision. This is where normal people and Elon Musk split into different universes. Most people take $22 million and think, "I'm set for life. Time to enjoy it." Elon takes $22 million and thinks, "This is the ammunition." March 1999, 1 month after the Zip2 sale, Elon starts a company called X.com. The idea? Online banking. Let people send money through email. Crazy, right? Banks have been around for centuries. You're going to replace them with software? Investors think he's insane. Again. But meanwhile, behind the scenes, something else is happening. He's not just starting X.com. He's planning something bigger. According to early investor testimonies, Elon told them X.com was phase 1. Phase 2 was Mars. They thought he was joking. He wasn't. Elon puts $10 million of his own money into X.com, nearly half his fortune, into a company that's competing against every bank in the world with zero banking experience. This is all his lost moment, number 3. Because X.com is a disaster. The launch is buggy. Customers are furious. Money disappears into digital voids. The site crashes constantly. Peter Thiel's company, Confinity, is beating them with something called PayPal. X.com and Confinity merge. Elon is CEO. Then the board forces him out. Again. He gets ousted from his own company. Again. Imagine this. You take half your net worth, bet it on a dream, and they kick you out. 22 million is now 10 million, and you have no company. Most people would quit. Elon keeps his shares. The company becomes PayPal. In 2002, eBay buys PayPal for $1.5 billion. Elon's cut as the largest shareholder, $180 million. 22 million becomes 180 million in 3 years. That's an 8x return. Most investors will call that a career win and retire to a beach. What does Elon do? He starts SpaceX with $100 million of it, then invests $70 million in Tesla, keeps almost nothing for himself. This is the pattern. This is the addiction. He can't stop. The money isn't money to him. It's fuel, points in a video game, a way to keep score. In a 2012 interview, he said something profound. He said, "My proceeds from PayPal, I invested everything into SpaceX, Tesla, and Solar City. I had to borrow money for rent." Read that again. He's worth $180 million and borrowing money for rent because he put it all into rockets and electric cars that everyone said will fail. The philosophy and payoff. Let's fast forward. That's $22 million from 1999. It becomes $180 million from PayPal, which becomes SpaceX, Tesla, Neuralink, the Boring Company, which becomes a net worth over $200 billion. But here's what nobody tells you about that first fortune. The $22 million didn't change Elon Musk. It revealed him. Most people think money is a destination. Get rich, then relax. Elon proved money is ammunition. Get rich, then go to war with bigger problems. When you were 27, what were you doing? Would you have risked everything on 2 companies everyone said will fail? Will you have borrowed money for rent while you were worth millions? The psychology here is critical. Elon never celebrated the $22 million. He never felt he made it, because to him, making it means Mars colonies and sustainable energy and brain-computer interfaces. $22 million was just the entry fee to play the real game. But there's something darker here too. Something we need to acknowledge. This pattern, it cost him relationships, marriages, time with his kids, his health. He's admitted to sleeping in factories, working 120-hour weeks, taking Ambien to sleep. The first $22 million didn't set him free. It showed him a door to a bigger cage, one he chose to walk into, eyes wide open. So here's the real question, the one I want you to think about after this video ends. What will you do with $22 million? Will you finally relax? Will you chase the next impossible thing? Would you bet it all on Mars? Because that decision, that reveals everything about who you are. February 1999, a 27-year-old cashes a check for $22 million. Most people will call that freedom. Elon Musk called it the starting gun. And if you want to see how Mark Zuckerberg rejected his first $1 million, I'm releasing that documentary next week. See you.